Hello there!
Zombies Up Studio!
Welcome to another modding tutorial for Knights of the Old Republic. Today I'm gonna show you how to edit and merge 3D models from the game using Blender. This is a process I'm using to make new visor variants by mixing different models all together. Additionally, I will show you the very basic on how to edit the textures alongside your models. Please keep in mind that I figured the whole process by myself. I had no experience modeling before and my knowledge is limited. So, if anything sounds wrong, please make sure to correct me in the comments. Also, I'm French, so sorry for my accent. I will provide every resources needed in description. Without further ado, let's dive into it. We need three things to edit the models. First, a software that is able to extract files from the base game. We will use Holocron toolset for this video, but you can also do it with Kotor tool. I already have a video on my channel that covers up how to properly set up Holocron toolset, so I won't explain it here. Go check it out if needs be. Then, we need the modelizing tool. Here we are going to download Blender, but not just any version. We're gonna grab a version that is between 3.3 and 4.0. Personally, I'm using 4.0. And finally, we need the KotorBlender add-on that will grant us the ability to import and export 3D models as Kotor compatible models. The add-on is fairly easy to install. You're gonna download the unzipped folder here and place it wherever you wish. Do not unzip it. Then go to Blender, Edit, Preferences, Add-ons. There you're gonna click on Install and search for the downloaded archive and make sure the box next to Import Export KotorBlender is ticked. Now that everything is set up properly, I'm gonna show you a complete example with an item. We are going to blend two models together. The process should be exactly the same for any models from the game, including placeables or characters. So back to Holocron, we are going to extract a model, because as I said, I'm not skilled enough to design my own item from scratch. Here I wish to design a new visor using two different 3D models. We are going to extract these two models using Holocron. They are referenced in the core section, just beneath models. The models are divided in two parts, a .mdl file and a .mdx. For this instance, I'm gonna take the oral amplifier and the breathing mask. We have the files we need. We are going to open Blender. It will display a new scene, and usually there should be a cube when you're starting a new project. The most important box is the one on the top right corner. It will display your current models and objects contained within the scene. If we left click on the cube here, we can see that there is a hierarchy. The objects are subdivided into subcategories, such as material here, that bear the texture informations, object reflections, and more visual stuff. More insights about it later. By default, you should be in the layout category, which just displays your current model. At any given time, whatever the category you're in, if you want to move around the model, you can do it with this small panel here. If you hold left click on the XYZ axis, you can change the view. You can also click on a specific axis to be aligned with. We have an open hand just below. If you hold left click inside it, you can move around too without having the view centered around the object. You can also roll in and roll out using the mouse to zoom in and zoom out. Whatever the category you're in, you can also edit the models using the left panel here. Simply left click on the icon you need, move, rotate, scale, transform, then click on the object or model displayed on the right. Once you did that, you can either choose a specific axis They are colored, as you can see. Or go for a free modification that will alter every axis depending on where you are moving your cursor. They are displayed in white. Additionally, you can also change the model transparency using the icon just above the axis here. So now that we can move around freely, let's dive into the model's merging and editing. We open a brand new project and delete the cube. Right-click and delete the complete hierarchy. Otherwise, the subdivisions we saw earlier will be attached elsewhere. Then, you're gonna go to File, Import Kotor Model, and we're going to import the models we want to merge together here. So, Oral Amplifier and Breathing Mask. As you can see in the top right corner, the two masks are two different objects with their own hierarchy. If we export it back just as is, only one mask will be displayed because they are still two different objects. So what we want to do basically is changing the hierarchy from the subdivisions so everything will be attached to a single object. There is something I did not mention. It is this red and white circle here. This is basically where the item will spawn. So if you import two masks, just as in this instance, they will be accurately spawning on the NPC or player character head. We don't have to edit that, we can move the objects otherwise if you wish to. So we said that we wanted to move the subdivisions from one mask to another. So we are going to select the orange triangle stuff. This is basically a node, what is called a node. So we're going to select hierarchy, and at the bottom you can see a full panel to make a custom transform, rotation, scale. And what is relevant to us here is the relations panel. You can see the parent is mask 008, so we want to move it to mask 006. And there we are. Now our lamp is tied to the other object. We're going to do the same for object 04. So I'm moving it. Perfect. And now the other mask is totally irrelevant, so we can delete it. Perfect. So basically we are done, but not yet, because if we are trying to export, we're going to do it, Kotor model, here, it gives me an error, duplicate node number. So why is that? So from my understanding, every orange triangle item are nodes, and they have to bear a specific node number. So we are going to scroll down a little below relations, and you will see a Kotor model node. Sorry. So you're gonna click on that, and here you have the node number. So everything has to bear a specific number. So we have node number 1 for aura lamp, mask 006 we're gonna put it 2, object 10 to 3, and object 04 to 4. So everything has a single number tied to it. So now we are done. We have merged two models together. I'm gonna export it and show you the result in game. So yeah, as you can see, it worked. And the models are okay-ish. The base game oral amplifier has, as you can see, small problems to it. It's a bit too long. So now we're gonna see how to edit everything and make everything look as fine as we want it to be. We saw in game that maybe our mask was too big, or we want to put it elsewhere. Anyway, you want to transform. So you can do this using the panel here that is more precise than using your own mouth movements. So you have to select the node. So here we're gonna select horror lamp, and we want to scale it down first. So yeah, it's the x-axis. So we're gonna put 10% less. But this object was tied to another, so we have to do the same transform to the other one. Perfect. Now it is smaller. Let's say I want it to be maybe higher up. So we're gonna do the same with location here. So the z-axis, we're gonna put, yeah, a little bit up like that. And do the same to object 04. Nice. So now I rescale the stuff, it's perfect. Let's say I want to test this out. You cannot just export like this because your transform have not been taken into account. So you have to select the objects you edited. So here I'm just gonna select everything for extra convenience. You're gonna hold Control and A, and there you're gonna apply all transform. And now it has been applied. Additionally, I'm gonna show you how to do a bit of model editing. So you're just gonna select every object you wish to edit, then you go to the modeling on the top, and you will see displayed the geometry of the object. The small dots that you see here and there are the vertices. They are called vertices, and you can edit them. So using the left panel, so we are move, rotate, scale, etc. I'm gonna select move and go to vertices. Let's say I want to lower the height of the breathing mask. So I'm gonna select the vertices I wish to edit and just scroll them down using the z-axis. Like this. Alright. Lastly, I'm gonna show you the texturing part. You can select your desired object on the top right corner, and at the bottom under Kotor model node you will see the mesh and the main texture, and here you can edit the name of the texture, and yeah, that's basically it. You can change it for every object. As you can see, as I have multiple objects, different textures are attached to it. And yeah, be wary, because if you use an object that bears the same names in game, so let's say here we have i/mask/006. If there is another item that bears the same object name, they will use the same geometry. So sometimes I found my playable character to have the same appearances for two different masks I edited. I don't know if I'm clear enough, but just if you make another mask, just rename every part to a different name and a unique one. So yeah, you can just do that and just add a number to it and do it for everything. That's just a way to make it unique and be sure that the game does not display another mask using the same geometries and stuff. Just showing you some visors I made. They are a work in progress, but as you can see, you can already make some interesting stuff, even with very low skills. If you wish to have more in-depth information about Blender, there are billions of tutorials out there. So that's it for today, guys. Every links needed are in description. Feel free to correct anything wrong in the comments. Stay tuned for more, and I see you in the next one.